Okay, I'm back. Somebody asked me the other day actually. I was outside the bank and where I locally live, and I was just walking back to my bike, and somebody was complimenting me on the bike and asked me a simple question of what does that offer to make that bike a nice bike to ride. And that got me thinking, because he was absolutely mesmerized by the colour. And he was like, what do you get out of that when you ride it? And he was quite an elderly gentleman, and you could see he was thinking back to times when he had these type of bikes. So this got me thinking. So I thought, well, let's go for a little list of what I think about the bike. What makes the Classic 350 a special bike? So I think, number one, it's a timeless design and character. I think it offers quite a retro charm. It's classic post-war G2 model inspired design, and featuring that nice teardrop tank and that quite unique casket headlamp, which you only find on these actually. You don't really see that on many other bikes. And the distinctively styled mudguards, which I think evokes a sense of nostalgia, and that's why it turns heads wherever it goes. And this gives the rider a unique, or myself, a sense of style and connection to motorcycling history, I suppose, which is why you get that old-fashioned feeling when you're riding around on it. Obviously the sound, you get that thump, that signature exhaust note of the long stroke, that nice single cylinder, and that really does define the characteristic of that engine. It gives a really nice, unique experience that many riders, including myself, find very satisfying. Secondly, I would say this is no powerhouse, we all know that. I'd certainly say it's a very smooth engine, and it's accessible performance, as in accessible as in the torque is low down, I suppose. It's quite an easygoing engine. We all know it's the modern 349cc air-cooled, fuel injected, very smooth, tractable power, especially in the low to mid-range. I think that makes it really user-friendly personally for both new and experienced riders, and I do think the bike suits any type of rider. I don't like it when people segregate it, oh, this would suit a new rider or an older rider. This bike suit any rider. I'd say it's got a nice relaxed pace. As we all know, it's not about high speeds or aggressive acceleration. I think the 350 does encourage a more relaxed, sort of enjoyable pace, really, allowing us to soak in our surroundings while we're riding. I'd also say the bike's very, very comfortable, especially the upright riding position compared to a lot of bikes. That really nice big sofa-like seat, which really does help to a fatigue-free ride most of the time, depending on how long you're out, making it suitable, I would say, for city commuters and leisurely country rides, which is more what I do. What else would I talk about? The dynamics of the bike, the connected feel. That's a big one. The simplicity of the bike, really, and the fact it's devoid of complex electronics provides a direct engagement with the bike, because it's just you and machine and nothing else trying to help you out, I suppose. You really do feel the road and the character of the engine in a way that more modern bikes, I know these are new bikes, but the more modern bikes sort of hide, really. They're masking certain things, trying to make them faster, better handling, and making the rider feel like they're better, whereas that's not the case with these. But even though this has got a classic look about it, I would say the handling's very nimble as well for what it is, despite its weight. I think the 350 handles quite well in urban environments and on the winding roads. So I find it a lot of fun. Very easy to manage and manoeuvre. Turning around in the road on this is a breeze, or any tight spaces in car parks. So easy. What else would I say about it? Very reliable from what I can see so far, and from what other people say. So reliable. I think the upgraded engine, the newer J platform engine, is significant improvement over the previous generations, personally, offering a better refinement and reliability compared to some previous models. Essential modern features, I think, is what it's about, whilst it retains its classic aesthetic. You know, I like the fact it's got ABS and fuel injection. We need that just to enhance the safety and ease of use. But apart from those two things, we don't really need anything else on it. I think that's what makes the bike what it is. So if I had to sum this bike up, I'd say, in essence, I'd say the question I was asked is, what's the joy of riding this little 350? Well, I'd say the joy of riding a Royal Enfield Classic 350 comes from its ability to blend a timeless aesthetic and an engaging character with a smooth, accessible riding experience. It's a motorcycle that encourages you to slow down, I would just say, and appreciate the journey and enjoy the simple pleasure of just being on two wheels, especially these two wheels. So if anybody's looking to find out what one of these bikes are about, there's a quick summary for you. So hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, ride safe.